We're going to head back to Wilmington, Delaware, as we continue to follow the breaking news. Hunter Biden in court, and he just pleaded not guilty to 3 charges related to possessing a gun while addicted to narcotics. Let's bring in NBC's Tom Winter, who just ran over to the camera. He was in the court. Tom, walk us through what just happened.
That's right, Anna. Very straightforward and simple hearing. Quite a difference from what occurred 69 days ago when that now infamous plea deal broke down between federal prosecutors and Hunter Biden and his attorneys. Hunter Biden came into the courtroom at 9:56 approximately this morning wearing a dark suit, white shirt, and a tie. He sat next to his defense counsel, including Abbe Lowell, who's going to be the point defense attorney going forward. The judge went through a number of the charges that he's facing here, and it really only goes around, and I know you've talked about this, one specific act or series of events that occurred, and it's 3 charges that are tied to that. The judge went through that, made sure that Biden understood the charges against him, all very much straightforward, what we see on all of these different types of initial appearances, and then went over conditions of his pretrial release, which will mirror exactly what he's been out on so far, that he has to have no gun, that he cannot use alcohol, he cannot use any drugs that are not prescribed to him by a doctor. He has to check in with probation. Interestingly, the magistrate judge overseeing this, Judge Christopher Burke, noted that Biden has been drug tested on several occasions since that hearing this summer, that he has been negative on all of those tests. And then from there, they moved to the arraignment. His attorney, Abbe Lowell, entering a not guilty on his behalf. The judge then asked if there were any overriding issues that need to take place before pretrial motions are due on November 3rd. And the defense counsel, Abbe Lowell, spoke, and he said that he intends to file 2 motions to dismiss. One, that the pretrial diversion agreement on this specific gun conduct is in effect, that it was signed at the time. It's an agreement between federal prosecutors, the Justice Department, and Hunter Biden. Both sides signed it, so they believe it's in effect, and that this indictment and this potential trial shouldn't even be occurring at all. So they're going to go for a motion to dismiss on that. That's widely been anticipated by legal experts. The second one is the constitutionality of these charges. There have been different circuits in courts of appeals that have kind of struck down this particular charge as unconstitutional. So they do anticipate to bring a motion to dismiss based on that. Abbe Lowell did say that we will be making a motion for an evidentiary hearing that is presumed to be tied to that pretrial diversion agreement. So we should expect to hear a little bit about what at least Hunter Biden's defense attorneys at the time, and possibly his former defense attorney, Chris Clark, believed was the agreement between federal prosecutors and Hunter Biden. So more to come on that. That will be a court hearing that we will have. There will be testimony at that. So I do anticipate certainly a fair amount of legal challenges from the Biden side of things prior to even coming close to a trial here, if that occurs, Anna.
Okay, so you said November 3rd is the next potential trial date or pre-motion trial date. Thank you, Tom Winter, for the update.